Alright, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Shader Speaks, man. And before I continue, guys, I want to thank everybody that's ever watched my videos, those that come in now, and those that are new to my channel. Thank you very much for coming and supporting your boy. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to stay notified whenever I drop another video. Alright, guys, let's get right to it. Spider-Man No Way Home. Alright, guys, I seen it, okay? And I loved this film, and I'm so happy that there's going to be 3 more movies with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Peter Parker. And let me tell you, man, we got a lot of Peter, man. We got 5 villains, 3 Peters. It was so incredible, man. The first 5 minutes, we meet Matt Murdock, played by Charlie Cox, playing, as we all guessed it, the lawyer for Peter Parker, since his secret identity, his identity as Spider-Man and or Peter Parker, has finally been revealed into New York. Everyone knows about who the hell he is. It's just madness. It was so much so that someone literally threw a brick through his damn house and was caught. I believe it read, just because it was so long ago since I've seen it, they said, "We believe Mysterio." And Peter's like, "Wait, how did you catch that?" To which Matt goes, "Oh, I'm just a really good lawyer." It was really funny. And then we see Peter go to Doctor Strange. Obviously, as we saw from the trailer, he goes to Doctor Strange to see if he can actually fix this whole thing, make everyone forget about what the hell happened. You know what I'm saying? And here's what Doctor Strange said. As a matter of fact, they were kind of figuring out, okay, how can we do that? Because Doctor Strange reminded them, like, did you forget we fought a big ass purple alien in outer space? I don't have the time stone anymore. To which Wong suggests before he leaves, after he leaves a couple minutes afterwards, just before that, he says, use a spell. So Doctor Strange breaks out his spell book and he starts to rewind it. So Peter starts to throw in his little extra additions and things of that nature, and he keeps fumbling and just basically spamming the spell, over spamming the spell, too much to the point where it just completely collapses on top of itself. Not to mention, Peter's secret identity being revealed, it fucks up everybody in his life. It fucks up with Aunt May, it fucks up with Ned, it fucks up with MJ, because now his friends can't get into MIT because they're guilty by association. You know what I'm saying? And so then also, the spell goes awry. Peter and Doctor Strange get into it, and it's to the point now where Doctor Strange actually gets stuck in the Mirrorverse. And so then Ned takes Doctor Strange's, magic ring, his spell ring. And so that's why you saw, Ned literally doing, working his spells, wishing to have Peter back. And that's when we finally see Andrew Garfield's Peter walk through the portal. He did a cobweb off the ceiling for Ned's grandmother. That was really sweet. Really cool introduction. I love how Andrew Garfield's Peter goes to MJ because she wanted, obviously for him to prove that, he was Spider-Man. He was like, look, he's like, you're very you're very mistrusting. You're very misguidedly you're very deeply mistrusting, is what he would say. I believe what he said to verbatim. That was really funny. And then we see to the OG, Tobey Maguire walk through the portal. He says, look, I just came through. He said, oh wow, and the portal's gone. And so they begin to talk. There's a bit of a small Spider-Man, clash going on between the OG versus Andrew Garfield. And I also loved the scene where all 3 of them, they were talking, just hashing it out, trying to figure out, okay, how do we get everybody, how do we cure all our villains? Because that's another thing too. The fight on the bridge with Dr. Ock and Peter, Tom Holland, he was like, look, I'm confused. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What's your machine? And so they end up curing all the villains, y'all. They end up curing all the villains. They got into a lab. They fixed Electro. They got all the electricity out of him, because even Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man tells him, like, look, Max was actually a very sweet person until he fell into a vat of electric eels. And to which Toby says, yeah, that'll do it. And, Andrew fixed, Toby's back. I thought that was really cool, really funny. I had a hard time. They answered so many different real questions that all fans I always wanted to know. How the hell, does Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man have, his webbing? Do they ever have like web block? Because like I said, both Tom and Andrew said, they have to manufacture their weapon. Toby's is just organic. It was a really fun quip. Peter was like, so what, does it come out just out your wrist, or is that from everything else? And to which Toby says, oh, well, it's just breathing. I don't have to do anything. It's just, out there you go. And so that was a really cool moment. And then, basically Toby, rewiring Andrew's Spider-Man to really believe himself. The self-talk is really important. You are amazing. Because they all start to hatch out after Tom asked. So who are some of your biggest villains you guys have ever faced? And they start naming them off, and they basically Andrew pales in comparison. He feels ostracized, and because he only fought, his best villain was Rhino. Everyone else, Toby fought Venom, Toby fought Sandman, and now Peter fought Thanos, man. Like, it was crazy. He took a fucking clothesline from, he took a choke slam and a clothesline from Thanos. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was real. And then also, guys, we lose Aunt May. It was terrible. The Green Goblin comes through. Like I said, there's 5 villains. You got Electro, you got the Lizard, you got Dr. Ock, and then you got the Green Goblin. I said there's a 5th one. Oh, and Sandman. And it's crazy how that happens because they use the Sandman to actually help defeat Electro. Jimmy Fox comes through all smooth and clean. He's like, yo, this is a whole new energy. I feel great. New haircut, tapered. You know what I'm saying? Whole new thing, whole new get up. My boy's looking fresh. My boy Max is looking fresh. It was beautiful. And it was just like, it's even cool that there's a black Spider-Man somewhere. He mentioned that. The energy, people know him there. He's somebody in that universe. In this particular universe is what Jamie Foxx's Electro said. So they ended up curing him. They cured everybody. Not to mention, like I said, Doctor Strange and Peter Parker, they fought each other because, Doctor Strange wants them to send them back. It's their fate to die, and now, all of a sudden, like I said, Aunt May dies because, there was a big fight. The Green Goblin comes in, William Dafoe's character, and sets off a bomb. And the bomb hits Peter too, and she practically gets killed by the glider. But that's not what happens. I believe that she was killed by the shrapnel from the bomb. And then, because the glider was right behind her too. And, during the final fight, you see Tom Holland just whooping William Dafoe's the Green Goblin's ass. Like, he's not pulling his damn punches. Now, prior to this, mind you, you have, essentially, you have the other two Peters telling them, like, look, don't go dark, because Peter's really, really thinking about just sending them all back to their time because he lost his aunt. He's in a moment in a state of grief, extreme grief. You can't blame him for that. And so they end up talking about, he's like, look, man, after with Andrew, after I lost Gwen, I became bitter. With Toby, I tracked the man down, and it will not make you feel better. All real stuff. So, like I said, during the final battle, man, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man was whooping William Dafoe's ass. He practically wanted to give him that fucking glider because, but Toby came in and stopped him. And that's when, Ring Goblin stabbed Toby. And then, that's when Andrew Garfield's come through and he stabbed him in his neck with the cure, and it cured his evil side. And then, Tom hugs the 2 other ones, thanks them, and, you see Andrew holding Tobey Maguire. He said, you were in a lot of pain. He's like, yes, I am. So it was a really great one. There's a cutscene from, now more than ever, we know that obviously Matt Murdock is in the MCU now. So I'm looking forward. Maybe they're going to do like a little soft reboot of Daredevil now, hopefully. And then we got a little bit of a cutscene from Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness, where I think he might just go dark, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments as well, man. I love you guys. This is your boy Shay Speaks. I love y'all. Peace.